Hey, welcome back, everybody. Of course, you know me. This is Dr. Keith McNally. This is the Question Guy podcast. I'm here with Heather McWilliam, and she's been on the podcast before, actually on several different occasions. But I brought her back. I asked her to come back because things are different now. There's been a whole lot of growth since the last time that we had a conversation, and I wanted her to talk about that. So, it's Heather. It's Brave Inspires Brave. There's a lot going on. Let's have that conversation. Heather, what has been going on?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me back on the show, Keith. Happy to be here. Just a few things going on. We've been working hard and there's been a lot of growth and transformation.
So, where does it start? So, the last time you were on the show, we talked about all the stuff that you've been through, and then you've kind of hinted to the fact of things that you've wanted to accomplish. So now that you have, so I know that you invited me. Let's start with your virtual conference. There's a Brave Inspires Brave virtual conference coming up probably at the same time that this video gets released, published to the internet. So talk to us about that. Brave Inspires Brave virtual conference. And who's there?
There's so many people there, Keith. You're there for one. We're excited to have you. Thank you for saying yes.
Well, thank you.
So it's August 19th and 20th of this year. So like in a few weeks, we've been working really hard. I've been working with Justine Progroski from Million Dollar Branders, and she does excellent branding and marketing. So we've been really working hard for, 5 to 6 months. And so, diving into the entrepreneurial journey is, kind of the transformation I've been going through and, hitting those, you know, challenges and then learning the lesson and then just moving on for them. So it's been really good, actually. Obviously, my confidence is more up now that I've had some learning experiences and on that learning curve. So Brave Inspires Brave virtual conference is actually all about that. And so we're sharing one brave story at a time, and we're inspiring and building brave leaders of the future.
Wait, I like that. You said we're going to share one, what was that? Brave
One
story?
brave story at a time.
Wow, that's a great hashtag. I love it. So tell us who is going to be, so other than me, who's part of your lineup and what are you expecting for your audience to get out of this?
Absolutely. So I'm going to just basically share with you, what professions are really showing up and what experiences. So we have global change makers, we have visionaries, we have a retired Navy SEAL, elite fitness trainer, we have award-winning business and executive coaches, world-class branding experts and coaches. I have a list here because obviously I
Well, I
can't really
don't fit into any of that.
I can't run into them quickly. Well, you're coming. We have a hostage negotiator, a police officer, award-winning author, and motivational speakers. We have veteran police officers who are now wellness coaches. We have highly experienced leadership from the military, as well as successful mindset and money coaches. We have film producers, finance coaches, NASCAR driver, a top psychologist, leadership in workplaces and culture. And then we
I still
have
don't fit into any of that.
we have authors, award-winning authors, podcast hosts, and veterans. So you fit in there, Keith. You're all of those things and more.
Well, I like the fact that you're actually bringing in some military person. I'm ex-military. I'm a Marine. U.S. Marine from way back in the day, but back in the
Thank you for
80s
your
and
service,
90s.
Keith.
Well, I didn't serve in Canada. I actually served here in the United States.
But that's I still celebrate that, Keith.
Cool, cool. I like that. And so, um, with that, and then everybody else who's going to be there, what are they going to talk about? And like I said, those who are going to be in attendance, those who are going to be watching, those who are going to be listening, are going to be there because they want to take something away, something powerful. Like I typically do on the Question Guy podcast. My guests usually give something powerful away to the audience who is ever listening. So what is that? What's your expected outcome?
So with Brave Inspires Brave, we really focus on, what your challenges are and how you can overcome them and really learning from other people's courage as we see courage as contagious. We want to ignite that within you so that you can, become your best self, right? Raise to your highest potential. And so our speakers have all faced adversity. They've faced challenges in their lives and they've been able to, overcome those challenges either by, protecting their peace or or really just understanding that our environments matter,
Mm.
we also have to understand that our mindset is everything. So, there's focus on brave leadership. We also have a focus on mindset business. And so, those are two aspects that we all need to be able to understand to be successful in life. And then the others are personal wellness, personal development. So, basically a holistic view of how we can become our best selves. And really, this stems back to, how I was able to overcome my challenges and all the things that I really needed to dive into to be able to evolve and transform. And there's still areas obviously that we all still need work on, right? It's not just we learn it once and then we stop there. It's a continuous learning cycle that keeps us in that focus, keeps us in that element.
I so like that mission that you talked about. Uh, People overcoming trauma, turmoil, whatever they had to face, and then be better for it on the other side. It's kind of like the standard, the hero's journey that Joseph Campbell talks about a lot in the monomyth. And so having to face your demons, having to face, go deep, and, not to be so cliche as it really does, metaphorically speaking, require a death to your old self and a transformation into your new self. And so it's really clear and obvious that you are demonstrating your best self now because you have, like I said, this transformation, this glow, this presence that may not have been there before, but you dug deep. You died to your old self. You died to your fears. You've died to all the fears, frustrations, maybe even some remorse and some regrets in your life. And now look at you here. And so now you're bringing people to the table to allow them to share their stories as much as I try to do here on the Question Guy. So, one, I applaud you. Thank you so much for making your stance global and then bringing all these special people to the table so that they can kind of share their stories as well.
Keith, I almost started crying. Thank you so much. I was holding back tears. It's been a journey. It really has. And, when we talk about those times that really have affected us to the point where we hit that darkness, and we just have to believe and understand that there is that light within us, and, finding people that will help guide us there and give us the positive energy that we all need, and really it's about our environment, and whether that's around us, whether that's in our mind, it's making that place extra special and extra safe. And so, becoming a global entrepreneur, I needed a safe place. I needed a safe place to grow and transform. And I met those leaders and I connected with those leaders. And it's truly, truly been just an incredible journey. When you look at it, it's been about 10 years, that journey. And so, it takes time to work on ourselves and to be able to really transform ourselves when we're getting faced with so many challenges in life. So I really want to get back to people and let them understand that they can bounce back too, and that these are the ways that they can do it, and really truly feel inspired and want to give themselves the best life that they possibly can have.
I love that. I love that. And so, with that being said, me being the low man on the totem pole here in all of your speaker categories, what would you expect me to talk about? Because I'm on a mission right now, and so I don't know if that mission is appropriate for your
Yes.
virtual conference or not. Because right now my talk's a lot about mental health, mental well-being, and psychological and emotional safety. And so, that I just had, for me, my transformation is creating this Envisioned Speakers series where I bring people to the table every other week to talk about something that's really important to not only inspire, but make specific changes uh, in a specific space. And so, for example, my first conversation was men's mental health and suicide prevention, because we've recognized rather recently or since COVID that men my age, and I'm talking about 45 and older, are struggling with identity, purpose, value, and they are choosing to end their lives accordingly because they see no more, they don't see their lives anymore. And so, uh, if I have the opportunity, and if you allow me, I'm going to talk a lot about that and why the conversation around that really does need to change.
That's exactly what I would love to hear from you, Keith. It's very meaningful and it means a lot to me as well. And so I really appreciate you being able to talk on that and share your experience and share how you were able to overcome your challenges. And it truly is something near and dear to me about men's mental health. And even in my experiences and what I've experienced, you know, by people, I'm not here to point fingers at gender or anything like that. I can see now, and through my journey, is that the lessons were is that some people needed more help, they needed more leadership, they needed more understanding, more love, more care, and more kindness and more compassion. There's so much stress that we put on one another in society, and it's really something that we need to talk more about. And so I'm grateful that you're going to be speaking about that, Keith. And I know you are doing so many good things for men's mental health, and I really admire that. And so even with the conversations, and I don't know if you've announced anything yet about your other, events coming up, but I'm really excited because, more
So,
than anything, we just want to see people get better.
I'm hinting. I have been on at least one or two other podcasts, so I'm beginning to spread the message of my walk across the Appalachian Trail and my mission to raise $1 million. One, to do that, but also to support mental health and psychological services and suicide prevention, um, and the organizations that do those things. Excuse me. So the actual campaign start off date is September 1st, 2023. But so there's a lot of things still between now and then, which is about a month away. But more specifically, so going back to Brave Inspires Brave, not only are you doing a virtual conference, you've got a magazine coming up. So
Yes.
what was the brainchild behind that? Because that's something altogether different. So that's something, tell me about that, because that's just amazing.
Thank you so much. So basically, we wanted to do something really special for our speakers and for sharing their time as the money, that is, come from Brave Inspires Brave virtual conference. We're going to be donating to a charity. There's a few charities out there for, Be Happy for Nothing is one of them. And so we're really wanting to, help leaders of the future. And there's also another one called Matt's Hope Foundation. And we also have one called Cam Praxis, and that's in Canada. And so that's for veterans and first responders, but it also helps their children as well on that program. So there's lots of give back that's going to be coming from those who purchase tickets. And so we're really thankful that our speakers are donating their time and their energy. And so we wanted to give back. So we created a Brave magazine where we're going to highlight you and all of the speakers and your services, your books, your links, your podcasts, everything that has to do with what our speakers are doing, because we really truly value their impact in the world and all the great leadership that is coming from all of our speakers. And so that's going to be in the magazine. That's the first issue. So the
So
next
is it like a
issue,
real, like I could pick it up kind of magazine?
we're not going to have, we're not printing it just yet, but we
Okay.
will eventually be printing it, but it's definitely going to be in digital form. So we're really excited about it. We have, again, amazing people working on it, Justine Progroski and another person, his name is Simon. And so, they're going to be also elevated in the magazine. And really, I just want to give back to leaders, because when I was going through my journey of hardships and really needing those good leaders, this is what I wished I would have been able to just pick up or look at and read and be able to understand that I could trust these people, that they have ethics, morals, values, and really have integrity. So it's really just an exciting time for Brave Inspires Brave. We've been working hard, and I hope that everyone really can gain from this and be able to create that brave community that we are really going for here.
I do believe it will be accomplished, and very much, because I think you being the leader here in all of this, bringing other leaders together, you have created a community of peer support, of wisdom, of networking, and people who can talk, share stories, and really hone in on the energy that allows people to kind of tap into that and say, I want a piece of that, or I want to know more about it. And I want to make the changes that I need to make in my own life. So I think you are accomplishing exactly what's been growing inside of you. I have a talk that's called The Seed Inside. And now that seed is becoming a power within you. It's that flower that's blossoming. So fantastic. Anything else that's now that we've, again, last time we talked, these were seeds and now they're here manifesting in front of us. What's 1 year down the road? What do you got in your head?
Well, we're gonna have in a year from now, we will have it'll be live, like we'll be in person for the conference.
Okay.
So, we're looking forward or aiming for that, right? And so there's so much that's gonna happen, I think, between now and then. And it's just gonna continue to grow and transform. And we're still growing our community, whether people are joining just to be able to listen and learn and transform and feel braver and take those next steps, or we're gaining more with our speakers and leadership and really globally branching out. So we have a few videos that are out right now for advertisements, and they're extraordinary. I give all credit to Justine and her team, and we also have another person that was working on it too. His name is Henry from Sally Productions, and so that's when we were in LA doing a couple scripts there and videos, and just amazing people that are truly connecting and with that energy. And I'm really blown away and really grateful for everyone because, when you have a vision, a mission, and you believe in it, you just have to sit back and really surrender to that journey. And that's what I've been doing, and really trying to be patient in the assignment, right? And to understand that, just like the book that you wrote, right? The Mission Matters, Walking the Path, like that's the whole, side of a leadership, is that you go up that mountain and you don't know what you're going to find at that top, but you have, your intentions are pure. And so, what happens along that journey, well, you're going to learn from, and the lessons are going to, be instilled in you with wisdom. So, you know, that's why I appreciate your book so much, because it's simplistic in that hero's journey. And so, we're all on that hero's journey if we could just see that for ourselves, knowing that we are the leaders of our own purpose.
Beautiful. Very well said. And so with that, I do want to end the conversation, but not without something powerful from you to inspire others to be brave, even though or even when they don't feel brave at all. So give us part of that seed that was growing inside of you in 30 minutes and 30 seconds or less. Inspire those who are listening, please.
I just want to say that all the hard days, just remember that they're not always going to be that way, right? We're going to have times where our mind's going to want to send us our limiting beliefs, and it's going to want to show us negative things around us. But when we can choose to decide to have control of our mind and really understand that there's people out there that care and want to be there for you, I can't tell you how many times that I've needed people there for me in the darkest of times, and those are the relationships that will sustain us for my life. And that's what I give back to people. So when I'm not feeling well, I want to give back to people. And so there's so much that we can do for each other. And I just want to give hope to everyone out there that, just be brave and don't be ashamed of anything that you're going through. We're all human, and it's just a human experience, and really just want to show that we're in this together.
Absolutely. Heather, thank you so much for joining me in conversation. This has been another edition of the Question Guy podcast, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Take care. Thanks for having me. Bye, Keith.